That's Kaylee.
Oh, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Maddie.
I'm Kaylee.
We're gonna do some eating and storytelling.
Yeah.
And we're really excited that you're here to join us.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
And we're just gonna dive in because honestly, we're starving.
Yeah, it's been like 45 minutes since we got the food, so.
We got Panda Express.
She's a vegetarian.
Well, no.
Pescatarian.
Don't say that.
That's true.
Pescatarian.
She's I can't say it, so she's gonna say it again.
I'm a pescatarian.
So she has seafood. And they have real food. Just
Real food.
I'm just kidding.
And we got the bigger plates, so we each have. Let's open it all up and like display it.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was part of it. I
So-
was thinking we just got boxes for display like we wanted.
We asked the lady, we were like, can we get some extra boxes? And instead she just gave us all of these fortune cookies. So.
Because they sell boxes of fortune cookies, and this is gonna be a struggle. That's good.
It was good?
Yeah.
Ooh. What did you get?
Okay, so I got chow mein, mushroom chicken, the orange chicken, plus I think it's called Shanghai steak,
Yeah.
I think. And then plus a chicken egg roll.
I got the new firecracker shrimp.
It looks really good. Does it smell spicy?
Yeah. I was gonna try it to see if I would like it, but honestly I was like,
The reaction.
Yeah,
you guys will.
Come on, baby!
We'll see it firsthand how good it is.
I didn't just realize that I have rice.
Yeah.
I eat one
No, you can do it. You gotta like scoop it.
thing of rice.
No, you
at a
gotta
time.
get like a big chunk. Like you scoop it. Yeah. Just hang on to it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna take us about 6 hours
yeah. And 52
to
minutes.
finish all the food, because
We're
I wouldn't
idiots.
say that like I'm experienced on chopsticks. I use chopsticks when I eat sushi,
Yeah, that's it.
but that's it.
That's the only time.
So
yeah, so wait, so do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I kind of want you to go first, because I feel like you have food that you've never had before, and I've had all this before.
So you want me to start my story first?
Oh, I thought you meant like taking the first
No.
bite. Oh, that's so funny, because I'm like, wow, she's just gonna go for it without my answer.
I'm like chewing, I'm like,
Oh my gosh, I don't care. Do you want to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay. So, I'm going to be telling, it's not like a paranormal story by any means, but it does include a spirit, I guess we're going to call
An
it.
apparition?
No, it was this, because an apparition, or an apparition, isn't that where you actually see
Yes.
the person or the spirit? This story, you don't see it at all. And I can't multitask, so it's going to be really, really hard for me. I have notes here, but don't judge me.
This is our first time.
Yeah, we'll get cue cards later. We can just read above the camera. Okay, so I don't have a place or location or anything. This is just a story that I read off of Reddit that kind of gives me wondering of my personal life, of things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So it starts off with there's a group of friends that they're just hanging out together. I don't know how many people, but they were just hanging out, having a good time, and about 1 a.m. they decide, obviously, what else do? You get out the Ouija board.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So they got out the Ouija board, and they were just messing around, asking, typical questions. I don't really know what a typical Ouija board question would be. So finally they just ask, like, do you want to hurt us? Which I don't know why you would ask that question.
Yeah,
like,
what
I
made
would
you
ask,
think
like,
about
what's
that?
your favorite food? Like,
What do you like to eat?
What do you like to do for fun? Like, I don't think I would want to know, like, are you here to kill me?
I'd be like, how old are you?
Yeah, so...
How'd you die?
Yeah, that's an interesting
Oh, it
question.
would be like, they might freak out though.
I'm just going to stop, because I can't multitask.
Okay.
So, they asked the board, do you want to hurt us? And it responds, only one. Which is really creepy.
Which one?
So they asked...
Wait, how many people are there?
I didn't say.
Oh.
It was just a group of friends.
Okay.
So it said only one. And of course they asked, like, who? And it spells out this girl's name. And her name is Natasha. But she only goes by Tasha.
Oh.
So
I was like, damn, that is a long name to spell.
But the board spelled out her full name, even though they would only been referring to her as Tasha.
Okay.
So the spirit knew her full name without them actually saying her name out loud. Which is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she also is the only one in the group who actually believes in, like, paranormal activity, I guess.
That's why, because she believes.
Yeah. So, so she decides that she doesn't, like, want to play the game anymore. Like, she doesn't, because it spells out her name, so she's like, no, I'm just gonna leave the room. Bye. So she leaves the room, and her friends continue to play, asking questions or whatever, and later in the night, she finds out that her group of friends didn't say goodbye to the board. Which is, like, the number one rule. You have to have, like, the closure with the spirit.
They obviously hated her. They were like, fuck you, Natasha.
This girl. We don't want to be friends.
She can die.
Yeah.
I was trying to get rid of her anyways.
So, she was like, okay, well, that's kind of, like, freaky. Like, spells out my name, I choose to leave, and then you choose not to say goodbye to
She's like,
the board.
Rude.
So, whatever. So, fast forward, she remembers, like, the next day, she remembers absolutely nothing from that point on.
Wait, what?
All she remembers is that she had really bad migraines and she had a nosebleed. Her friends, though, recorded her the rest of that night doing, like, strange things. She was, like, talking in, like, a different voice, and she even proceeded to, like, speak different languages, which, that's crazy.
And they're just like, oh, Natasha.
Oh.
You stupid ass bitch.
You stupid ass bitch. They're like, joke's on you. So, yeah, she doesn't remember anything, but they show her the video. It's kind of freaky. And then the next, like, 2 weeks, her parents reported the same thing happening. Like, talking in different voices or whatever. So then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Her parents are just like,
wow, she's doing really good in school.
you wacky.
Oh my god. That's funny. Could you imagine her parents literally thought, like, oh,
You're so silly.
you took up Spanish at school? We didn't know that. And she's just, like, really secretly saying, like, I want to kill you.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Well, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lull.
Yeah, try that. How spicy? One
Not
out of
very. I would say like maybe 4.
10. Oh. This is so good. For the longest time, I thought Panda Express, their chow mein was chicken chow mein. And so, like, going into this video, I'm like, chicken chow mein, like, pork fried rice. Like, Maggie's gonna be over here with, like, 4 shrimp, and I'm gonna be just, like, feasting.
You'd be like, I'm so hungry. I just have a table full of Rangoons. Like, yum!
And 18 fortune cookies.
That's all I eat, just the fortune
And
cookies.
you get no water to wash it down.
Are you torturing me?
Sorry, it's the Ouija board. Just kidding, there's no board here.
It brings out the worst in us.
Okay, my story's almost over. But, so her
Shorty
parents,
but a goodie.
her parents, again, you go girl, speaking Spanish, speaking different languages. But out of nowhere, she gets, like, this, like, excruciating pain in her kidney. So she's hospitalized for it because it's, like, such bad pain. But doctors can't figure out where it's coming from or, like, what's happening. There's just no...
Could you imagine
nothing.
she just has to take a poop?
That would suck.
She just ate something bad that night and
Really?
she's had food poisoning
Oh,
ever
no.
since.
She's like, it's the demon, and really it's just, like, she's
There's
lactose intolerant. That would suck.
You know you're not supposed to eat mac and cheese.
It's so good.
Wacky. Oh, Natasha. Oh my god, you have to tell me what happens.
Sorry, this is really good.
You're like, oh.
So, it was so bad that her kidney almost, like, actually shut down on her. But they still couldn't find anything wrong. So they scheduled surgery to go in, you know, figure it out. But the day that she was actually going in for surgery, the pain just magically went away. Like, suddenly just stopped. No pain. She's totally fine. So they don't do surgery.
Is she pregnant?
No.
With the Antichrist?
No. She's all Mary.
Sorry, I'm Mormon.
Okay. I'm gonna choke on chicken.
I keep laughing so hard that the rice falls out of my chopsticks.
I'm gonna cry.
So I've just been going like this the whole time.
I don't like this. My lashes are gonna come off.
You're like that TikTok that's like, every time I cry,
My lashes.
I have to stay like this so my lashes don't fall off.
Well, I've already failed at that. My lashes might come off.
They're gonna fly away.
Oh, that was a tear. Okay.
That was a
Wow.
tearjerker.
Now that my story has like literally 4 seconds left, she's
dragging
released.
this out.
I know. Well, I needed to because I knew yours was long.
Not this long.
But
Oh,
gosh. So, anyways, she just from that day on, her pain stopped and nothing weird ever happened. Like, she just didn't speak any other language again. But every once in a while, she does feel somebody grab her hand or grab her neck so hard that she can't breathe.
Ew. I think she had a ghost baby, and the ghost baby is like
Oh my God, is that real? Is that like
Feed me.
Casper?
wild.
But, back to what I said in the beginning, Maddie knows that I've talked frequently about somebody following me.
Mm-hmm.
And the most,
Honestly, no, it's weird.
the most vivid story I have started with a Ouija board at my friend's house. And we decided to do it knowing that somebody died in the room.
Oh, what?
So we did the Ouija board. But I don't think we ever said goodbye. Because when we were in the room, we asked a question and somebody pounded on the window.
It's like that meme that's like, you stupid!
Literally. And I can't tell you, it's been like over 10 years. It's been at least 15 years. I don't know how old I was. So
You have to tell some examples, though.
No.
Yeah, no,
Like, we can save
yeah.
that for later.
Come back for part 2.
Yeah.
This is the story of the Spider-Man of Denver.
I have so many thoughts.
There's so many things.
Did he kill spiders?
Did he think he was actually
Did he
Spider-Man?
think he was actually Spider-Man?
So, in October
Wow. Okay.
of 1941, it's in Colorado, and it's about Mr. and Mrs. Peters. Mrs. Peters is currently in the hospital because she broke her hip. Philip is at home, and all the neighbors seem to be really close. I mean, it's a while ago.
Yeah.
They all seem to be,
suburbia almost.
yeah, and they all seem to be really close, and they all invite him over for dinner like every night because he's
Okay.
he's
old?
he's 71.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have led with that.
No, it's okay.
He's 71. She's like 68.
Okay.
All the neighbors are inviting him over for dinner, and one night he doesn't show up. So the neighbors get worried, and they all go over to his house, and they see that all the lights are off, the doors are locked, but his car's outside. And so they think that's weird, and they're like, oh my gosh, what if he, you know, fell and broke his hip?
Because you're just breaking hips everywhere.
Yeah, those stairs.
It's like such a common thing for old people, and like I don't understand.
Like, do they just hit it wrong? Like on the side of a table?
I think maybe just your balance starts to go, and everyone's just falling.
I think that's a thing. They walk around the house and they find one window that's open. So they lift this younger girl up and they...
Fuck that!
Right?
No! Because like, oh hey you young girl, we're gonna throw you in where there's like, maybe a dead person.
Yeah, like honestly he could have been dead. And so they put her on their shoulders and she like busts the screen or whatever and gets in. Just like little girl screaming. And so they call the cops and it turns out that Mr. Peters was dead in like the hallway, stabbed 37 times, like brutally like stabbed
37 times?
Yeah. And so
I can't even imagine getting stabbed once.
Right?
Like I cut my finger and it hurt.
Little girl's, you know, scarred for life.
Yeah, you find a dead person at like 5 years old. She's
You
gonna
don't even
turn
know if
out
she's
to murder
5.
somebody. Well, I don't know.
We're just gonna pretend. Her name's Sally.
Sally.
So they call the cops. The cops get there. They get the door open. You know what? Sally probably opened the door. 'Cause she was in there, you know?
She stayed?
No, but like, she probably opened the door for them after she screamed.
Fuck that! I'm going out the way I came in. I'm jumping back out that window.
True. But basically, the whole thing is that there was like a deadbolt like chain lock, and like all the windows and doors were closed and locked,
except for that one.
But it had a screen like in front of it and stuff, and it hadn't been like touched.
Wow.
So the cops get there and they realize this, and they're like, it's like they all look at each other and they're just like,
who did it?
Oh shit. And they say that this was a ghost murder. I'm pretty sure they call it, the Ghost House of Denver for a while. Because, you know, all the cops were like, okay, well, there's no one here, there's no sense of forced entry. They looked everywhere in the house, and they found a trap door to the attic, but it was, like, really tiny, and they, like, tried pushing on it, and it was locked. And so they were like, okay, we don't know what happened. So, Mrs. Peters, still in the hospital, she comes back in February. And
to that house?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
Well, actually, she came back like a couple weeks later, and then I think she broke her hip again and had to go back to the hospital, and then she came back. But when she gets there, she has like 2 nurses, right? Like a day nurse and a night nurse.
Okay.
And so during the day, the nurse notices that like things are like moved where they aren't supposed to be, like food is missing, like all these little weird things.
Oh no.
And then the night nurse says that she hears noises in the walls. And so, you know, it's creepy, and this is the Ghost House of Denver. So it's just weird things keep happening.
Yeah.
At one point, the night nurse heard something downstairs, and so she went down, and she looks over at the fridge, and she describes herself as seeing a wraith-like creature.
What's a wraith-like creature? What does that mean?
It's like gross and shriveled and
Okay.
creepy and scary looking. And it turned and looked at her and chattered its teeth at her. What does that even mean?
No!
Like, chatter your teeth. Ew! That's been all my nightmares.
It's just me and that TikTok you sent me earlier.
Those weird, like, Pennywise TikToks of the people in the big forehead.
Yes, it's creepy.
They're like, do you want some more or something? I don't even know what they're saying, and I'm just like, no. So, yeah, she sees this, and then the thing just, like, disappears. And I'm pretty sure the next day was like, okay, peace, guys.
Bye,
I'm
Mrs. Peterson.
After a while, like a couple months go by, because it's like in June now, her son convinces her to move with him, or in with him, to Grand Junction, Colorado. So at this point, the house is vacant, and there's cops that are patrolling it, like, daily, because they think something's going on. And, like, there's all these, like, rumors, and, like, people are all talking about how there's ghosts, and obviously they're like, there's no ghosts.
Yeah, there's no ghosts. There's, like, a man-child living in there.
So on July 3rd, there was 2 cops sitting outside, and they were watching as this mailman was delivering mail to the house. And the mailman's, like, walking up, and one of the officers sees the, like, curtains open, and, like, they just see, like, a face in the window. And then them close. But as they're closing, the other officer sees it too. So, like, they both see it, and they're both like, game on. And they run into the house, and I think they see a closet shutting. And so they run to the closet, and they open it, and when they open it, they see a foot hanging out of that trap door. Dirty, dirty foot.
Did they pull it?
So one of the officers pulled the pant leg, and it, like, ripped. And so he, like, but it, like, gave enough traction that he fell a little.
Okay.
So now there's both feet. And so he just grabs with, all his strength and just pulls down, and out plops this, like, tiny, tiny man-child.
Oh my god.
You called it.
Wait, did you have that written down?
No.
Oh my god. I was like, holy shit.
It turns out that this guy was named Theodore Edward Coonies.
Ooh.
He was 59 years old.
59? Wow. Could you imagine going your entire life and then just one day being like, I think I'm gonna murder someone today.
Right? But, okay, no, but here's the thing. So it turns out that back in September, so remember that Mr. Peters was murdered in October.
Mm-hmm. Well, a month before.
So back in September, Theodore was homeless, and he remembered when he had met Mr. and Mrs. Peters in his, what was it? Some type of, the Mandolin Club.
I was gonna say a shopping cart.
Like 30 years before or something, remembered him and went to his house to, like, ask for food or, like, a handout or something, and they weren't home. So he broke in and was just taking some food, and then, I don't know, just looked around and was like, it's gonna be winter soon.
Yeah, this looks nice.
This looks nice. And somehow found this little trap door to the attic. It's not even an attic. I shouldn't say attic. It's like a crawl space. So it's not even like you can't stand. And so he was undiscovered for 5 weeks.
Oh my god. That's my nightmare.
The first, like, week or so, or first few days, like, every time Mr. Peters was home, he would, like, not move and just sit there and just, like, not do anything. And then he started to get a little ballsy, and he started, going down into the house at night to get food. And then he started to get even more ballsy, and he started turning it into a game where he would shadow Mr. Peters around the house.
He admitted to all of this?
Yes. Literally was talking about how he would shadow Mr. Peters around the house, and it was a game. And that was how he would spend his days.
So why did he kill him?
So, he explains that one day Mr. Peters caught him. And he said it was him or me.
So why was he called the Spider-Man?
I'm not even done.
Okay, sorry.
So after he gets caught, he confesses to all this. He talks about how it was a thrill. And he talks about his nest.
His nest?
And he explains that he had been hiding in there for 10 months. 10 months!
Why?
I mean, part of that, they were living there, but still.
That's terrifying.
Literally. And
How do you not know someone's living in your house? Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah. There's all those, YouTube videos about, that one where the girl's crawling out of, the crawl space or something. Everything's a crawl space. Don't have a crawl space in your house.
Oh, fuck, I have one.
Do you really? Should we go check it?
No.
Next video. For part 2.
I won't be there.
It's just me with, a headlamp.
Oh.
So later, the police end up saying that a man would have to be a spider to stand it living up there. And that's how he became the Spider-Man of Colorado.
Oh. You know,
Yeah?
everyone wants to be known for something.
I wouldn't want to.
But, could you imagine having to go your whole life and then you're just known forever as a Spider-Man? That's pretty badass. Because you could live among spiders.
No, but being
I'm
told
good
that.
with being unknown.
If it's between the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my story.
That's so creepy.
Right? Isn't it, interesting, though?
Mm-hmm.
Any story about, living in the walls and stuff fascinates and terrifies me at the same time.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. All of a sudden just finding, some person just living in my wall.
Right?
That just
why? Why?
Should we eat a fortune cookie really quick?
Yes!
Okay.
You should eat all of them.
Okay. So I just have this thing that you have to break your fortune cookie and pull it apart. And if it comes out on the left side, it comes true.
Oh.
And if it comes on the right side, then it doesn't. But you can't read it until you eat the whole cookie.
Oh. But it's not going to come true, so why does it matter?
Well, good luck.
For what, though?
Life.
So either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I like that!
You just have to respect the cookie and eat it first.
You have to respect the cookie.
Respect the cookie.
Do we have to eat them all?
We can.
I love that you're so down to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Comment down below what you guys want to see next time.
Yeah. More stories. Less food.
We're going to be kind of mixing it up. We're going to be doing some vlogs.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing more sit-down videos like this. We have some other ideas too. But we love your suggestion.
And you know what? You don't need to travel far to find the satisfaction you're looking for.
Is that really a fortune though?
No. It's more of just like a
Motivational
quote.
Okay. Reward yourself with a much-deserved gift. We could have gone shopping!
We still can.
This is true.
I mean, with that, that's literally just telling you to do it.
Marshalls,
Not,
here we come.
Necessarily something that's might come true, because
That's true.
it's gonna come true. Words of wisdom from Kaylee and Maddie. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to eat more food.
And more fortune cookies.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
See you next time.
Bye! Hello, and welcome back to Disney Channel. I'm Maddie.
Oh my god. Wait, how does it go?
No, that looks too much like...
Welcome to King 5 News! Today we're reporting squirrels. We made a mistake!